Aye, aye. How's it going? I've not been on for a bit, I know. Life is life, isn't it? I don't think I have any more of a life than I had. It's just that I treat the time I do have differently. And sometimes that means doing absolutely nothing. Contemplation. But I enjoy it. I'm just actually talking to myself, having a beer. Up in Scotland. I'm not going to name the town for obvious reasons. But I've just been discussing it on a social media site about how times have changed dramatically. I know I've talked about this before on here, but I'm in a major port which has a direct link to other countries. Yeah, by ferry. It's also, or was, a major shipping port. Very little of that still exists. The route to the other parts of the world, to the other countries, still exists. But I don't think the fishing still exists. And I was just saying about the actual hub of the town, i.e. the pubs, as I knew them. When you came to places like this, that was the social hub, the pub. You went there to get accommodation, you went there to find work, you went there to find out what the place was about. Now this town, I will tell you where it is. It's Stranraer, actually. It's Stranraer in Scotland, which takes me across to Ireland and Southern Ireland. The point I'm hitting is that, I don't know, I don't go out at night anymore, but is there 10 pubs in this town? Most are hotels that serve an odd beer, coffee shops, a lot of coffee shops around, pubs probably under 10, very small pubs, your old Scottish, what they used to call vaults, no windows in as such. Very few people in them. When I went in, as I arrived early to where I am, and I had to wander around on a Friday afternoon where you'd think things would happen. But I've not come, it is a concern to me that things have changed dramatically in my lifetime. I'm not sure how quickly they've changed in other people's lifetimes. I think everything's changed in the last, like I say, in my lifetime. I'm 66. So social media fucking has had a massive effect on life. But to bring a bit of fun into a Sunday, I've just been discussing the fact that with all these pubs closing, and that alcohol is classed as a drug now, isn't it? Well, I think coffee is just as fucking bad. And some of these soft drinks they're drinking today, like your Red Bulls and that, are probably going to cause much more damage. There's a lot of obesity around every part and every city you go in these days. I mean, the disabilities I've seen wandering around this town have been incredible. I've got serious disabilities, knees, back, everything else. Sciatica on top of the moment, but fuck me, I walked around this town the other day and I actually felt quite comfortable, the state some people are in. But what I'm getting back to is that over the time I've socialised in pubs and bars, and it was a massive part of our lives throughout the world, excuse me, I brought it up to a guy online that I wonder how many bars I'd been in. And he came back with a comment that said, I wonder how many pints you've had. And I thought, well, here's one for you. So I went back onto a basic calculation that since the age of 16 started, but 17, yeah, in and out of a pub 4 or 5 nights a week. Played sport, a lot of sport. Football twice, Saturday, Sunday. Cricket, all involved drinking after. Then travelling all over and having no roots, no home, shall we say. You're in the pub a lot. And I was a pisshead anyway, and I don't deny that. So I tried to work it out, you know, how many pints I had. And it's obviously a rough calculation, but I just went for an average of 5 pints a night, which even today, I'll drink 4 or 5 at home. In my heyday, I mean, God knows. A session was 30 pints. Yeah? In the day, it was 8 on a Sunday dinner time and another 8 at 10 at night when we were grafting. Travelling places like Europe and such. Anyway, I'm not going into that, but I just took a basic example of me, people I know, some who would have outdone me by many. And I calculated it at 5 pints a night. Yeah, over a year. And then over 50 years, which I'm coming up to now. And it came to 90 plus thousand. So I reckon I'm probably coming up to 100,000 drinks in my lifetime. At today's prices, fucking hell, I'd be worth over $500,000. But we're not talking about them prices. They were 14p a pint when I started. But yeah, I've just worked that calculation out. I'm not going to keep you any longer. But I was just wondering whether there are, you know, we've got cards for everything these days. Do you get a card? Or can you buy cards to celebrate your 100,000th pint? Yeah. Just my Sunday thinking. Yeah. And I know a lot of you didn't think I'd still be here, but I am. And I'll tell you what, the way I see things these days, there'll be a lot around in the future who aren't here at my age. And I'm crippled. But that cripple came through fucking hard work, physical hard labour. But anyway, good luck and love to all of you. I'm sat in the caravan having a beer because it's too far for me to walk into town. It's only a mile, but it's too far for me to walk there and back. And there's going to be no fucker there when I get there. I'm going to be charged 5 times the price I can buy this for. Yeah? And I like my own time. Take care, people. Yeah. There's always a route out, you know. Spiritually, I am totally an obsessed now. I've read all the stuff I told you about. I'm totally, fully trying to live the life of Eckhart Tolle. The power of now and a new earth. Yeah, I decided at 67, 66, that's it. From reading Deepak Chopra, Rudolph Tanzi, to Rico, to a lot of people I've read over the last few years when things started to take a bad turn. And I've settled for Tolle because it's the way I want to be in life. As kind and as nice to people as possible. I don't want to carry any baggage. I want to live in the moment. I want to live in the now. Yeah, I'm not concerned about the future. I barely think about the past. They're nice to look through photographs. It's nice to think of what could happen tomorrow. But the moment, we're living in the present moment, and I see a lot of people mentioning this throughout the media at the moment, you know, whether it be on TV or whatever. And it is important, but it's also important if you understand it. Yeah. these are terms being used now, living in the present moment, living in the now, which a lot of people use mindfulness as something they understand. It's taken me 4 or 5 years from what I really did get into earlier on in my life to understand what they're talking about or what Toll's talking about. But I'm quite content now to know I'm talking about it. And the basics of it are, you can Google this if you want, but it's a comment that I've been reading on not on social media, in the books I've been reading. It's about an old monk, a Buddhist monk, who got his guys together one morning, and one person asked him what actually made him the way he was. How was he so enlightened? How was he so content about life? And the whole group, congregation, whatever you want to call them, were waiting for an answer, as they were all seeking what he had. And his answer was, I don't mind what happens. And that is exactly how I feel in my life now. Whatever does happen, you have to deal with it. Yeah, don't let it throw you off track. Don't let the thinker come in, tell you you're right, you're wrong. Don't go into a panic. Just deal with the simple fact that you don't mind what happens. Because whatever happens, you ain't going to change it through worry, through being anxious, through even fighting in the courts sometimes. You're not going to get anything out of it. Take care. Love to all of you.